And we're back. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the GLP-1 Real Talk Live, where we just talk about our real life experiences using a GLP-1.
Yes.
And we're going to get right to the meat of the matter this evening. A question for you in the chat and for panelists. What has been the most emotionally difficult part of your weight loss journey?
I believe that for me, the most difficult part was seeing the weight come off. I've never seen it come off that fast, that quickly. And it's been like a roller coaster. And it's been, sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's sad. Sometimes you're like, oh, well, what can I do to make this go faster? And I mean, you go through a whole lot of emotions. But the most difficult is, the happiness you see in the pounds just come off.
Okay. So I hear what you're saying. I heard the word roller coaster. Mm-hmm. And so with the roller coaster, we know that there's ups and downs with the roller coaster. Yes. So I really feel you on that, Trina. Trina, welcome Gemini Diva back to the panel. And thank you for joining us tonight for this great conversation. And y'all, this is the conversation that I really wanted to have, because I feel that roller coaster syndrome that you're talking about, Gemini Diva. Yes. I think I'm feeling it in this moment, and I'm honestly at a lower point this week for so many reasons. I've got a lot going on with my own health outside of my weight loss journey. And I don't know if you hear the congestion in me, but that's kind of bringing me down. I did not even do a full work day today because I just needed a break.
Right.
And then the journey of weight loss. I have been on Zepbound this is my 11th week on Zepbound, and it's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. Emotionally, it is a lot. There have been just so many things that I don't know that you really would understand until you start taking a GLP-1. And Gemini Diva, would you remind folks what GLP-1 are you taking?
I start off on Ozempic. More for my diabetes. I'm type 2 diabetic. So it was more for the diabetic side, then the weight loss. And then I switched in January to Mounjaro. I'm on the 5 milligram of Mounjaro now. I started off with the 2.5. Now I'm at the 5. And it's been, once you plateau, you're like, what more can I do?
Mm-hmm. Last week, I was at 21 pounds down. And at this moment, I'm still at 21 pounds down. And I'm okay with that, because it's really weird. Since I started the GLP-1, I am not weighing every day. And I'm still on the 2.5 starter dose on my Zepbound weight loss journey. But I guess maybe because I am tracking my weight loss journey and sharing it on YouTube, I think there is a pressure from that.
Yeah, because people on the outside think that it works quickly, that you don't have to do nothing. But it's all on you. You have to follow the rules. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's not going to be it's not an instant thing. And that's what most people on the outside of taking GLP-1s think, that it's instant. No, it's not instant.
It's not going to be instantaneous. And you're right, Gemini Diva. We did not gain this weight overnight.
Right.
And even using medical prescription weight loss medication, GLP-1s, it is not going to fall off of our bodies overnight. It's a process. It's a
Right.
process. I know that I am getting some traction under me being on Zepbound and 21 pounds down, and I'm so grateful for my 21-pound weight loss to this date using Zepbound, and this is week 11 for me. So I took my shot on Saturday morning. My shots were I was taking my shots on Friday morning. And do you mind sharing, Trina, when you take your weekly shot?
I take mine Sunday mornings, uh, right after I do my morning routine, of making sure I got all my medicine together and, you know, everything else. I take it right after I take my insulin shot. I'm also on insulin. So as soon as I take my insulin shot, I'm taking the Mounjaro shot.
Yes. And so thank you for sharing that. So Trina is on Mounjaro and I am on Zepbound. And let's say hello to our commenters who are joining us on the vertical stream. And if you are joining us on the horizontal stream, thank you as well. Welcome in. Yes. Um, Metabolic Midwife says, I think I'm in the right place. Yes, friend, you are in the right place
Yes.
at the right time. This is GLP-1 Real Talk Live, and we are the GLP-1 Weight Loss Collective. We're just folks sharing our real experiences, the ups and the downs. And I love that, Trina. I'm just going back to that. You called it a roller coaster. We want to say
Yes.
hello to our good friend and fellow panelist, Doses of Shani. Welcome, friend. And uh, we know we wish that you could be here with us, but we know what it is, and hopefully you'll be able to join us for a little bit later. Thank you, Sandra James, someone we know and love in these YouTube streets. No problem, friend. Hi there, Nancy. Welcome in, friend. Welcome. If you are on a weight loss journey, if you've been here before, feel free to use that StreamYard link. We'd love to have you join us on the panel tonight. Thank you. We're being real transparent tonight.
Right.
And before I go any further, let me say this. We are not medical providers, and this is
No.
not medical advice. We're simply sharing our experiences as women of a particular age. However, we show up in this world, we're just sharing our experiences and in being on a weight loss journey. And we're here to take questions and we're here to ask questions as well. And I've got some questions that I need some answers to. I'll save those for a little bit later. But I really want us to explore the topic for tonight's conversation, talking about does anyone else feel burnt out? And y'all,
Yes.
I've experienced the highs, like being able to share every week 1, week 2, week 3, week 5. And now I'm up to week 11 and sharing how much weight I am down. And I am down and I've stayed down. And I just want you all to be honest with me. Is this normal to have these highs and these lows? And we
Yes.
want to welcome, thank you, Gemini Diva. Gemini Diva says yes, and I appreciate that, friend. Thank you. And we want to welcome in the metabolic midwife. We want to welcome in Barb. Barb, thank you for joining
Hello, Barb.
our panel. And why don't you take a minute? The metabolic midwife, take a moment, please. And would you share a little bit about yourself and your weight loss journey? And so folks can get to know you and then answer that question for us. Is that normal that it can feel like a roller coaster, Barb? You're still muted. You're still muted, Barb. No, make sure that when you come in that you allow
No, I'm
us.
not. No, I'm
Okay.
not. Hey, so I have the vertical and the other one all together. So is it okay? Y'all are only hearing me one time?
Yes.
I do hear something. It's still open. Maybe the other one is you
Okay.
need to mute the other one. But go ahead.
I don't know how. Let me give me a minute and let me figure it
Okay.
out. So
Okay.
keep going and just keep going.
No problem. Thank you for joining us. I'm super excited that you have joined us, Barb. So take your time. Just make sure that all of your other tabs, if you have the vertical and horizontal open, make sure that the one on StreamYard is the only one that has sound. You can just mute the other sound. Um, and then you've got a great image. And so I'm super excited to talk with you. But we're talking about the ups and the downs of being on a weight loss journey. Gemini
Right.
Diva, would you tell us how long you have been on your weight loss journey using a GLP-1? And I know you've been on a journey before that. So, yeah.
Yes. I was on Mounjaro. I was on Ozempic. Let me start with Ozempic. I was on Ozempic for a year and a half. Like I said, it was more my diabetic side. Then the weight loss came second. And I just happened to go to my doctor in January and say, okay, something gotta give. And that's when we switched to Mounjaro. So I've been on Mounjaro since like the second week of January. I'm 55 pounds down total. Um, yeah,
Congratulations.
you just gotta you celebrate the highs, but you gotta embrace the lows also. And that's where the difficulty comes in is the lows.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I have not gained weight, but I'm still at the same 21 pounds that I was at last week. And I'm okay with that because y'all, I've been sick this week. I'm sick right now. I feel, a flushiness coming over me. And but I didn't really work today for my full-time job, but I feel exhausted. And I'm hydrating though. This is my second feel of water, and so I'm trying to stay really hydrated. But I just feel at an emotional low a little bit,
Yes.
and I want to explore that. And so I picked the topic for today, and that is how we pick the topics for the GLP-1 weekly weight loss panel. And y'all, so I am hydrating, and thank you to Sandra James who introduced me to this Ultima. Have you tried these electrolyte
Yes,
drink?
I have tried it. And I really I mean they're okay,
Be honest.
but I mean it's not something I'll buy all the time. I mean I've tried everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So right
Anything
now I'm
that you need
just
to do.
right now I'm just sticking to my water packets.
Okay. And these are kind of, they remind me of the water packets. You just add them to your water. And I just got these in my Amazon subscriber deliveries along with my Quest 30-gram vanilla protein shakes. I only use the vanilla because I like the flavor. There's no
Right.
aftertaste. People keep telling me about protein shakes that have a higher grams associated with them, and I'd love to try it, but I don't want the aftertaste, so I'm just sticking with my 30 grams and the vanilla flavor.
See what you can do is go with just one and see if you like it. And then go if you like it, then buy the multi pack. Don't just buy the multi packs and then be like, oh, I don't like it. You know, I normally go for just let me go for one. and see if I like it first before I do it.
That is such a good point. I just need to buy individual and try some different flavors, and then maybe try some that have a bigger protein count. But I'm okay, because what I don't want to do, and what my dietitian has reminded me not to do, is this is good for a meal replacement or a snack replacement per day, but you don't want to get into the place where you're using this to replace multiple meals in a day. You really want, when I think about it, I'm glad I'm using a dietitian as part of my medical care team, because the constant reminders.
Just one a day is fine. I just had a diabetic. My dietitian just had a class.
Ooh!
So I go to her classes. She do it via Zoom because she's on the East Coast. So she'll do it via Zoom. So I'll do it that way.
So wait a second. So you are able to connect with your dietitian via Zoom.
Yes.
And you're in the Midwest.
Yes.
And she's on the East Coast. That's amazing. That's wonderful.
But I have a friend who stays in Atlanta, and she has a trainer, and she has her trainer train her via Zoom. So she'll go to the gym, and just on her phone, on a camera via Zoom, and her trainer will train her.
Now, I have done Zoom classes with a trainer from YouTube, Coach Mean Reen. And I did Zoom workouts with her. She held small private Zoom workouts via Zoom. And I loved the experience, actually. I loved that it was small group. So tell me more about this dietitian that you see, because I can do virtual appointments with my dietitian through whatever, telehealth, that she uses for that. And I love that experience. I can also go in person to see my dietitian too. And I've done that once. And we've got, looks like Barb is back here with us. And then we also have Vicky's World, one of our recurring panelists. No problem. One of our recurring panelists. And she says she realizes that if she only loses 2 pounds a week, it'll take a year to get to that goal, because there are 52 weeks in a year. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Because wow, y'all, I don't know that I've ever lost 52 pounds at the same time, and I definitely haven't lost 104.
Yeah, you just go at your own pace. No, there is no race to it. Just go at your own pace.
And there you have it. There you have it. Barb, just give me a thumbs up in the back there whenever you're ready for me to bring you on up. So happy to have you. We want to welcome in. Let's welcome in some friends. How about that, Gemini Diva? We have got quite a few friends coming in here to join us tonight. Doses of Shiny, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sandra James. Sandra James is the one who turned me on to these Ultima electrolyte packets. Thank you, friend. Love them. Paula, thank you for your support, and thank you for sharing. I think I just heard that your son is using a GLP-1 now for medical weight loss, and love to hear that. We want to welcome Nancy Germain. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And it's our guy, Kyle Vlog. Welcome, Kyle. Thank you. Kyle, you are really gaining a lot of subscribers over on your channel.
Right.
Congratulations to you. And here's First Paper saying that I ran 3 kilometers. You run 3 kilometers daily with your dog. Wow to you and your dog. And you know what? That lets me know, because I've been a bit under the weather, friends. That lets me know, and that's a reminder to myself. I did not do my daily walk outside today, and I didn't do it Saturday or yesterday. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what I need to do to go back up on the roller coaster called life. Is I need to get up and get moving. But I do mean to tell you, I've been under the weather. Barb, it's showing that your devices are not connected. I think we did have a good connection right before that. Thank you all for all of this feedback. There's BDBGP. Y'all, can y'all tell is not a 10 out of 10 tonight. KendyK is
okay.
She can, but welcome BDBGP. Metabolic Wife is saying, I am 4 years in. We need you on panel tonight, Barb. We need you to come with us on panel. Gemini Diva has been on the GLP-1 journey since January, or have you just been on Mounjaro since January?
Mounjaro since January.
Okay.
I was on Ozempic for a year and a half.
Yeah. You said you've lost 54 pounds. Congratulations. Yes. Wow. I continue to be impressed by everyone's weight loss. And I think that too, I'm scared that, am I losing weight fast enough at 11 weeks? Am I losing weight fast enough?
But you just go at your own pace. You don't, It's not a race.
It's not a race. It's life.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you're
4 years in, and I have a totally different view than y'all. Okay. Yes, I do. I need to hear from you, Barb, at 4 years. 4 years, Barb, on a GLP-1 and weight loss journey. I want to, everyone's encouraging you to come on up, Barb. We need to hear from you. Nancy Germain says, it's easy to say, but try not to get discouraged.
Right.
Ooh, Nancy says she lost 100 pounds that first year. Then it slowed way down. Okay. Had an 8-week stall. You mentioned that, Gemini Diva. You mentioned that you can be in a stall, or I've heard that word plateau as well. And now you've started losing again, but much slower. Our bodies will adjust. Our bodies are adjusting. And y'all, here's another one of our recurring weight loss panelists, y'all. And y'all, we're all family here.
Hey,
so you all are welcome to join us. Hey, Shani.
Hey.
Shani, you want to give everyone an introduction, or do you want to take a moment? It looks like you are just settling in. I don't know if your badge is turned around, but make sure right now it's behind that your medical badge there. If you might, I don't know if you want to show us that or not. Did you mean to keep that on? No. It's behind the orange right now, so nobody can see it.
Okay, the job is not showing. It's all right.
Oh, okay. Just like to keep everybody safe. You've been working all day. Well, Shani, you congratulations and thank you for your service as a medical professional, as a registered nurse. We know that teachers had this Teacher Appreciation Week last week, and Medical Professionals Week, Nurses Week. So celebrating you, and wow, I saw that short of you, Shani, in that beautiful hot pink scrubs. I said, wow, scrubs have come a long way. My goodness, it was gorgeous. Did you see that, Gemini Diva? Did you see?
I did.
Yes.
Scrubs have come a long way.
They really have. And the cut on that was very flattering. I said, well, do I need to buy myself some scrubs for the house? Shani, take a moment and tell us a little bit about yourself and about what GLP-1 you're using and what your journey has been like.
First off, they've had nice scrubs for a long time. I just made those look good.
But you did. You did. I fully agree.
No, y'all know I can be silly, but hi everybody. I literally just came in the house and sat down. I'm getting my water together. But what was your question?
I just wanted you to say hello. We'll give you another few minutes, and you just kind of wink at me when you're ready to talk. We just want to hear from you. Just wanted you to say your hello, and I'm glad that we're all hydrating. Gemini Diva, what are you hydrating on tonight? I've got water with Ultima
just
electrolyte
water.
Just water. Okay, good.
Yes.
Shawnee is fixing her water, or are you putting something in for electrolyte?
No, I don't use electrolytes. I usually get all my nutrients from the foods that I eat. Occasionally, I'm a little behind here or there when I'm down on my calories. However, most times when I'm down on my calories, I usually just the calories that I do eat, I make sure they have exactly the nutrients that I need, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this is a flavor. It's just giving
Okay.
me some flavor because I get a nasty taste in my mouth. So in order for me to drink, and that was even prior to I get what's called tonsil stones, and sometimes it gives me a nasty taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
And it kind of flared up right now. Actually, for about the last couple weeks or month or so. Anyway, but I've just gotten used to flavor, putting
Right.
water flavored, so it's kind of habit by now. So yeah, that's what I'm hydrating on, and we're at 90 degrees here
Whoa.
in Cali, in Northern California. 90 degrees today, so I definitely have to stay hydrated. So I do not need some electrolytes. Yeah,
So
but
I
okay,
like a
I'm
couple of things
Shawnee.
that you said, Shawnee. You said one, you try to make sure that you are using lots of whole foods, just eating good foods and not a lot of processed foods, additives, packets of processed things. And Gemini Diva, as we were coming on panel, we come on panel a few minutes early. Gemini Diva had a good dinner. So share that good dinner, and then we'll let Shawnee give her introduction and catch everyone up on the.
I had some roasted sweet potatoes and roasted broccoli and some chicken apple sausage. And I roasted it all together and just had that.
Just did like a bowl.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, yeah. And what did I have? Well, I had leftover dressing, chicken and dressing out of the freezer. That was the Mother's Day meal that my son warmed up because I was in the bed, sick. And we've got Barb coming back up, and we're going to hear from Shawnee first.
Okay, to come off mute again. Okay, so of course, you guys know I'm Shawnee, and just want to intro. I'm on a GLP-1, as the rest of these ladies. I am on Zepbound. I recently lowered my dose. I am going to do a video on that on my channel, but I won't go into too much of detail. But I did lower my dose, so I'm down to 5 milligrams. I was up to 7.5. I've been on the medication since May 28th of last year, and I have been successful to lose. It's over 100 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
So, anything else you want to know?
Yes, I think everyone wants to know why you had titrated up to 7.5 and now you've titrated back down to 5. Shawnee, how can you put that out there and then not tell us?
Oh, but I gotta do a video on that.
Yes, you're right. You're
Okay.
right. Barb, I think we have you, Barb.
I'll still do my video. It's
I
all right.
think so. Finally. Sorry. Go ahead, Shawnee.
Hi, Barb.
Hey.
I didn't know who Barb was for a minute because sometimes in chats I'm always driving. You guys know I'm a busy lady.
Yeah.
Right? That's my channel is about being busy and being able to do all of this. And I just see the names. I can't see the faces, and I was like, oh, it's a new person in the community. But because I think your name changed or something, and then somebody said it was that's Barb.
It did. I was health at any cost. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been
Okay.
health at any
So
cost for a long time, and then I just changed it to the metabolic midwife. So yeah.
yeah. Okay. But good to see you, Bart. Okay, so I was on 7.5 milligrams for um about 3 months. Many people in the community, at least that follow me and that I follow, know that I had a rough time on the 7.5. I know it's not the highest dose, but it was just a lot for me. And we all know, well, most people, everybody don't know, but the medication affects everybody differently. And
Right.
so it was a little tough for me to get in calories, and so I was able to get them in for the most part, but it just felt forced, and it was making me start to feel like have that burnout, like of just even being on the medication. And it's been 11 months now, and when people would talk about that previously, I'm like, what are they talking about? Right? Burnout. And people's burnout can come from different reasons. But I started feeling like, not too happy about taking my shot, like thinking like, oh, I can actually wait a week. Like I'm still eating. I'm still like, I'm not having those two,
Right.
3 days prior to the shot where you have hunger, maybe here or there, but not consistent like I was on the 5, where I take my shot. I heard you guys talking about that. I take my shot on Thursday nights. Originally, I was doing it on Wednesdays, then I switched to Thursdays. So I take it Thursday night, which usually it goes into Friday morning, so it's about 12 a.m. But let's just say Thursday night. So I take my shot um, on Thursday night. So usually, so like I said, Thursday, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe Tuesday, I, would start to feel just a little like excited about some food, but still no cravings or even not a food noise at all. Just no food noise. And so I think for me, what really did it was when I went on vacation and I couldn't enjoy a thing hardly. And I
Mm.
just did not like that. And it's not about, because I hear some people say, well, and I've been one of those that have seen when people are like, oh, I want to eat. I want to eat. I'm like, well, why do you want to eat? But it's not that I really want to eat, but I wanted to enjoy the experience.
Right.
I was in Disneyland and I go once or twice a year. I had not been since last April. So it had been a year since I went. And my friends are all enjoying things. And I tried one little thing and I was sick. And that just really upset me. So I said, I don't, because wasn't like I wanted to indulge. I just wanted to try something, and without having dumping syndrome. That's what ended up happening. I had dumping syndrome that night. Woke up in the middle of the night, palpitations, diarrhea, stomach cramping. It was just terrible. And so I decided I'm going down to 5 so that I can actually enjoy some, some food, some other food sometimes without, like just without having this long period of time without eating anything. And because I'm a clean eater, and I'm not saying for anybody that you should not be a clean eater, but it's like, I don't, I don't think I had any grease or any. The other thing I had when I was out there was a corn dog. And then that I was sick the next day on the ride home. And it's a 5-6 hour ride home from there. And so that's pretty much why I went down, because I really want to be able um, to enjoy some food. If that,
Yeah.
not necessarily that I want to indulge in bad foods all the time, although I did have a thought that
Right.
if I eat a little bad every now and then, when I do eat something because I want to taste it, I'm out. I was a foodie, I want to take, we went to a restaurant the other day and it's like, want to try a little of this just to try it. Not that I have an appetite to finish the whole thing, but just try it. But I can't because my system is just not having it. My system is like, girl, you've been eating clean since May, and this is what we want. This is what you gave us, so this is what we want.
Right.
Shawnee, we have a question from Paula for you. How much protein are you getting in a day?
For the most part, at least 100, somewhere between 100 and 140. I don't necessarily, I mean, if I'm lifting heavy, I work out every day pretty much. Although this weekend it didn't happen, and that was from, I'll do a video about that. But anyway, I work out pretty much every day. I strength train, and I have maybe about 2 months ago I started really heavy lifting, and so on the days that are heavier is the days that I try to make sure that I have more protein. I'm okay even if I dip under the 100 because I've lost 100 pounds. Like when I was heavier, of course I probably needed a little bit more, but I don't think, if I'm not, and this is just me, in my opinion, I don't think I need 140, 60 grams of protein and I'm lifting a 5-pound weight. Yeah. I mean, and I know some people do, and everybody's on this high protein thing. And I think I've done pretty good. I haven't lost a whole lot of muscle mass. Everybody's bodies, though, are different. So people have to do what they need to do. But people, you need to just lift some weights.
There you go.
And eat a normal amount of protein. Of course, that your doctor is telling you. I'm a registered nurse, but you have to follow the instructions of your doctor. So I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Hey, Coach Dream, doing for me, and it's working for me. So
it is.
So between 100 and 140, but that 140 is probably. And I'll tell you this, the 140 is probably on the day I've had the least amount of calories, because that's the day that I pack out in it, but it's probably not the best because it's probably have more processed stuff that day because I'm forcing and I'm making sure I at least get in the protein because I know I just can't chew a whole lot of food. And before, when I was forcing myself to really try to eat and chew, I was feeling bloated. That's when I started having even more. I already have GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, and I take medication for that daily. But it was worse because I was forcing food.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So y'all know I'm a talker, so I'm a preacher, and I can keep talking. So.
Well, we want to save and hold space for Barb, the metabolic midwife. And I love that we have this panel on Monday nights because you get to hear from so many different experiences and the longevity that Barb has had on GLP-1s and your weight loss journey. It just is super inspiring. And I want to hear from you. Tell us a little bit about your journey, catch people up and introduce yourself, those that don't yet know you. And then answer this question, because I think we've all said, yes, there are some highs and lows. And can it be a roller coaster? Go ahead.
So
Barb.
this is the thing that I say. Do you remember when we were in school and how it was forever for summer? It was forever until the Christmas break, until the spring break. And it was so slow. And now I'm 65 and I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, my 50-year reunion is in 3 years. And it seems like it was a second ago that I was in school. And it's similar when we have kids. I've got 3 kids and I was just nursing. I know I was. And now I have 5 grandbabies. And
Oh
it's
my
like
goodness.
time goes so quick. So I tell people when you're looking out, it goes really slow. But when you are done and turn around, it really went fast. So if you're
Right.
able to keep that perspective and say speed is not just irrelevant, but it's also just depends on what point of view you're looking at. So it's just really good to not I and when you were talking about maintenance, I actually call it remission from obesity because I was very, very
Oh,
sick with obesity. And
wow.
but that's maintenance. And I call it the permanent plateau because when you're in maintenance, you're not, we've been on the medication and we watch the scale go, like this a little bit down, 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 a little bit up, a little bit down. And then when you're done, there's no more scale to look at to go down. And it's like, okay, what do I do now? Well, what you do now, where you all are, is what you do now, where I am. And you just live your life. Because if you're always looking down, you're going to trip over your feet. And looking down at the scale is what I mean. If you're always looking down, you're not going to see what's out here. And the things, even if there's tiny little, I like, y'all know Darium, right? Y'all know Darium?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Darium talks about not using non-scale victories as consolation prizes for the scale not going down. So looking at our non-scale victories, and I encourage writing them down every day. You're going to find one every day. I'm 4 years in and I still find a non-scale victory every day. And to write those down and think, okay, that was pretty cool. I couldn't do that 2 years ago. That was pretty cool. Or the other thing is that, now I lost my train of thought. Sorry. So, well, let me tell you real quick about me. So, 4 years ago, I weighed 405 pounds, and I have been really, really, really big my whole entire life. Um, I now am down 280 pounds. I'm down 280 pounds and I weigh 125. And I have not weighed 125 since I was 9 years old. So that gives you an idea of how long I've been big. And I say the word fat for myself. I was super giant
Yeah.
fat, big bottom, all that stuff. And now, of course, the question always comes, do you have skin? Of course, I have skin, but I'd rather have skin sagging than skin filled with fat. So I'm just,
Amen.
like that. And then I do not, and I'm an outlier. You have to know just from the beginning, I'm an outlier. Never counted one calorie, never counted one macro, never counted one micro, nothing. I don't do that. I drink one Propel electrolyte a day. I do one protein shake a day. And through 3 years, I've been in maintenance for 14, 15 months now. And I'm on 15 milligrams of Mounjaro with no intentions of going down. I am also diabetic, Gemini. I'm also a diabetic. So was on insulin for a long time, then was put on Trulicity and was on that for almost a year. And then directly from Trulicity went to Mounjaro. So I was on the highest, Trulicity is also a GLP-1, it's a dulaglutide. And I went directly from their highest to 10 milligrams of Mounjaro. So I never ever started at the beginning of Mounjaro. I started at 10. The next month was at 12.5, and the next month I was at 15. And that's where I've stayed ever
Mm,
since. So, and I feel so bad when you have hard time eating a corn dog at Disneyland. I'm a major Disney freak, so to think that you can't eat a corn dog at Disneyland just makes my heart hurt. My stomach, I don't know if it's iron. I have to say have had the only side effect I've ever had is constipation, little bit of constipation. And I take my fiber and magnesium, and that's it. I've never had any other problem. Food noise is gone. I'm rarely hungry, and that doesn't bother me. I have a planner, a paper planner here from Erin Condren, and I write what it is that I need to eat. I've got my AM meds, my PM meds, my walk, my email, Substack, YouTube, book, food, protein, subs, calcium. So I have 3 little squares for food, and I have to fill those by the end of the day. And that's pretty much all I watch. During the first 3 years, I ate healthy choice and lean cuisine was pretty much all I ate, and would augment with some chicken, things like that. But that was pretty much all I ate. Now, real quick, and then I'll stop talking. So it took me about 2.5 years before I could actually look at how much I was eating before, because it was so painful. It was so painful. And it's still something I talk about in therapy that I deal with. But I took all of my receipts from Uber Eats and Instacart, and I gave it to Claude AI, and Claude figured out by looking at my menu and what it was I was eating between 8 and 10,000 calories a day. So, and then I was also drinking about 6,000 calories of amaretto a week as well, because I was in so much pain. I couldn't walk for 10 years before I started Trulicity, and was so sick. My hemoglobin A1C was a 9. Shawnee knows all these fun things. Was a 9. Now it's a 5.1. I had liver disease really bad. My chronic kidney disease was really bad. GERD, sleep apnea, everything. But I couldn't walk. That was the worst. I couldn't walk 5 feet to the bathroom without my walker. And now I walk 5 to 7 miles a day. And I do some bands, a little bit of lifting, but mostly I walk. I'm a walker is what I do. So there's the little capsule.
Well, Barb, again, thank you for all of that. And my goodness, I have seen you in the YouTube streets, and thank you for gracing our GLP-1 stage tonight, because again, I think you offer a very unique perspective, having been in remission from excess weight for 14 months. Did I hear that right? Wow, amazing. And you are a type 2 diabetic, but now with a very
I'm a type 2 diabetic, yep.
Very normal A1C. Yep. And Gemini Diva has talked about the positive effects of being a type 2 diabetic taking Mounjaro. I'm so proud of you both. And can I say, let's hear from Mary's life journey. And Mary, I'm telling you, you are looking smaller. And so I can't wait to get an update from you, Mary.
Well, I don't know if it's I've only lost another 1.5 pounds. I didn't
Don't
even
say
do the
only
2 pounds this
you haven't
week.
lost.
Hey,
but
never say the word only. Never say the word only. If you said I only gained 1 pound, we wouldn't even say that. So don't say only lost 1 pound. Losing 1 pound is losing 1 pound.
Mary, I'm telling you, I can tell. I can see it.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I really don't, but thank you for it. And I'm on semaglutide, and I've been on it since February, and I'm also just kind of teetering with just, I don't want to disappoint myself, but I'm paying out of pocket. So my perspective is that I'm paying out of pocket for this, and the summer is coming, and I want to send my son to camp and things like that. So affordability wise, I'm not seeing it in the budget. So But I am going to continue my weight loss journey. I exercise every day. I'm currently doing Kim J's Healthy Life her 21-day challenge, just trying to factor in, like she said, it takes 21 days to get in a habit. So I've been posting on my channel, anybody who wants to go see. I'm moving my body every day. That's the challenge I put out to myself, because it's so easy not to do anything and you expect the medicine to do everything. And I don't want that, because, longevity wise, as she said, I don't, if I don't have it, I still have to come up with that healthy living life and moving my body and eating right and things like that. And, I'm looking at this is just a tool to get me where I need to be. But I'm so happy with my results so far. And I'm just excited. This is the most I've lost on any fat diet that I've done or anything. So I'm just really excited about, it working and helping me out. I feel so good in my body right now, no pain or anything. And I posted on my community page in a short, I took my first hike yesterday.
I
My
saw
husband,
that. Amazing,
and
Mary.
y'all could see the live. I'll go back and I'll watch the live. I went into it. I was very nervous, and I just kept saying, "Oh, I'm not prepared for this. I'm not prepared for this." But I done good. And it was probably about a mile and a half hike to the falls, and we made it. And the falls were so
Gorgeous.
beautiful. Y'all can see the pictures. I post some of the pictures on my community posts. So I'm just so ecstatic at myself that I was able to do that. And, just I've been walking every day, and I tell you, I felt good. I got tired, but, I didn't have that body pain that I normally have or anything like that. So I was just, I'm just so proud of myself for that. I really am. I'm so proud of myself. I never thought I would be able to do anything like that. And then I started thinking, I'm like, I might can do a 2 or 3K or something. I keep going
You
this
do a
route.
5K. Yes. Yes, you can.
So
Mary,
yeah, I'm like, the possibilities. So I'm just excited, I am. So thank you so much. Thank you.
you are so welcome. Now, I want to hear from everyone on the panel with this fast question, because someone mentioned it early that we got to find the good in this journey, right? And so we can honestly, and I like that Barb said she's tracking things and she's looking for a non-scale victory every day. So whoever wants to go first, Mary's already shared that she had a wonderful experience yesterday, but if you have another non-scale victory to share today, I saw you with your husband yesterday. It was just good to see the whole family outside. And you were on a hike. That's a blessing. That is a blessing. If anybody has a non-scale victory to share, or else I can start if you all need a moment. Anyone want to share a non-scale victory for the day or for the week?
How about for forever? Okay. So, first of all, Mary, I'm so happy that you walked that mile. That was amazing.
And a half.
That's amazing. When I started walking, it took me 2 months to be able to walk to the bathroom without the walker. And then it took me 8 months total to be able to get to the mailbox at the end of the driveway. So it took a long time. My biggest, and people laugh at me, but I'm serious as a heart attack. If you were 400 pounds and 5'1", you would understand too. Maybe understand even now. My biggest non-scale victory, I do not need this to wipe my bottom. I had to use a tool to wipe my bottom. and now I don't need this anymore. It's clean. But I keep
I
it
didn't even know
to
what
let
that
everybody
was.
know
Wow.
that this is
Wow.
Shawnee
was
did.
Shawnee was the only one that was like, oh,
Shawnee saw it right away.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. So that's my
a
biggest
non-scale
victory
for
I've
life.
got lots and lots, but that's my
Yes.
biggest, is that I can wipe myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard her share that before, and that's big.
Yes.
Shawnee, are you ready to share your non-scale victory for the week or for the day?
Ooh. For the week or for the...
Well, that dress you wore yesterday on Mother's Day.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
That was too cute.
There's so many. Just running. This is a simple one. Just rushed and running up these 18, 19 stairs I have to get here, to get up and set up. I wasn't out of breath. I
love it.
A diagnosis of asthma. I've had asthma for since I was pretty much born. Severe asthma. An allergy. Asthma is related to allergies, right? So I'm allergic to everything, and the dust, pollen, just everything. And so my lungs, were diminished, and then plus from having the blood clots. If some of you don't know, I don't know if I shared on here, but I know people that follow me know I have PEs, that's blood clots in my lungs, and so I had a lot of scarring, scar tissue from having those and struggling to breathe. So that going upstairs really affected me, because you're using the lower part of your lungs when you're going up on elevated, when you're doing elevations. And so, I would usually have to kind of stand at the top of the stairs for a little while and just, catch my breath. And even if I wasn't so short of breath, but because I've had so many times of being short of breath, I had a lot of anxiety surrounding if I was going to be short of breath by going up the stairs. So I would stop just because I'm so used to having to. And I know I don't even stop anymore. This is like when I was doing my jog this morning, I tell myself, when I get out there, if I start to feel any little thing, which I never usually get short of breath anyway, now I maybe just feel it in my body. But I said, this is your new normal, girl. I talk to myself. Yes. People at the park probably be like, who's she talking to? I said, this is your new normal, girl. We're going to get around this park twice because I jog a mile. But yeah, I'll probably say that. But I did want to respond real quick to, because I was triggered a little bit when Mary was talking about having to get off the medication because of the affordability, and it really saddens me, and I don't want to get emotional, but I pay out of pocket myself, and
me too.
I'm grateful, and I thank God that I have a profession where I make a decent amount of money. I don't even want to say good amount in this economy. I make a decent amount of money where I can afford my medication and it not cause a strain on my family. But I know so many people and who knows, it could come a time where I can't afford mine. I don't know, but I'm not there, and I thank God for that. But I know so many people that want this medication and can't get it. They just cannot afford it. They can't figure out a way. Like, and I've even tried, well, maybe you can take this away or add this or do this. And they just cannot. I have patients, and they're, that whose insurance, they can't get it, or they were on it for a whole year and then it just stopped covering it. They have no way of paying for the medication. And it just really saddens me, because I know that we know that our healthy habits parallel to the to the medication is getting us to these goals, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people that don't understand the body physiologically think that they're doing more than they're actually doing. And I'm just being honest. The medication is doing the majority of the work.
The heavy lift. Yeah.
It's doing the heavy lifting. Yes. And I can't sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that my working out every day has caused me to lose 100 pounds. Yeah. And there was other times when I was working out every day. Then my body just couldn't do it because I had so much pain, right? But I wasn't losing. I wasn't losing any weight metabolically. And I'm not saying for people who don't have a diagnosis of obesity, because there are other people who can lose weight and with this medication and then maintain it if they keep their healthy habits in place. Other people that have other diagnoses, you have other comorbidities, it's an anomaly. It's very hard. And I'm not saying somebody can't do it, but it's not realistically going to happen where you're not going to have the same appetite. You're not going, there's going to be spikes and it's just not, and it's just sad that people, I think people tell themselves this because they try to psych themselves out because they want to, maintain the weight. They don't want to pay for the medication for a long time. And I know people have gotten off of the medication, even though their insurance will still pay for it. But they're like, oh, I just did it, use it, and now I can get off of it. Right. And then 6 months down the line, you look at them and they're gaining all the weight back. You do not, with the hunger hormone, what is it? Ghrelin? That, I think that's what it's called. Ghrelin. That that's gonna rise when you go off of your GLP-1. So I feel great. I feel good. I'm like, oh, I can do this. If I didn't know science the way I know science by being a nurse and taking biology and taking microbiology and taking anatomy and physiology and all the courses, I would think that I could stop this medicine right now and I would be able to maintain and be okay and possibly still even continue to lose. But because I know what I know that I have issues with inflammation. I go off of the medication. I know that I cannot sustain an anti-inflammatory diet without the medication. I'm not even gonna lie to myself. Yeah. So I could eat 1,500 calories a day, but I'm probably still gonna gain because of the type of foods that I'm going to be eating. But I probably can't eat 1,500 calories because my brain is going to tell me I need more because that's how I got to where I was. Yeah. That doesn't change. That medication does not fix that. Sorry, it does not. Right. It does not fix. It's like I told someone the other day. They said, "Well, are you gonna? Why are you planning on taking this for life?" And I said, "Well, I'm not going to probably be on the high dose. I don't even think I need the high dose because everybody's different, right? I'm only on 5 now. And I've, went up to the 7.5. But if I had a malfunctioning thyroid, I need thyroid medication for the rest of my life. I don't want to use something that can be controlled by food. Like people say, well, blood pressure. There are some people whose blood pressure can be managed with the foods, with them changing their diet. But you only know that by experience and over your years of life, what has changed, what worked before and what didn't. Were you eating this? Were you eating regularly? Clean, and you still had high blood pressure? You probably got some kidney issues, right? Yeah. And then we need to deal with that. Then you feel like, well, okay, you don't have kidney issues. So what else is going on? Then you got to do some more workups and figure that out. But a good one to use for you guys when you're explaining is thyroid, because you need the medication for the rest of your life to regulate your thyroid. I need this medication for the rest of my life to regulate my hormones.
All right. And
Shawnee?
we want to let Gemini Diva, Trina, would
Yeah,
you share
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
non-scale victory? And then we'll come back to you, Barb.
Yeah.
Well, I have a funny one.
Okay.
Well, my daughter's birthday just passed. So I went to my closet and my many t-shirts that I have, and I just selected one and put one on. So I got around my family and they was like, do you know the size of that t-shirt? I was like, no, I don't, because it didn't have a size on it. I wear a size 3X. Proud of it. That t-shirt I had on was extra large. And I was fitting into it.
That's a non-scale victory.
I was like, wait a minute.
Victory.
I was like, okay. You know, my breasts were out there, but everything else, I was like, okay. I was like, okay, extra large, okay. I was like, now I know I can fit into an extra large, but to be comfortable, you know, a 3X will be fine, just to be comfortable.
Yeah. Congratulations on that non-scale victory. I'll share a couple of mine really quick. One has to do with travel.
Yeah.
And you know that I've been flying back and forth to support my mom. She had a fall. She's on a really good path now. She is home. So thank you all for the prayers. And so I was able to get back. And so I took an available seat on the plane. And it wasn't my normal, which was at least going to be in Comfort Plus on Delta, which is their business class. And I'm always like prepared for my upgrade, right? Because I know they're going to upgrade me. And, you know, most of the time I wind up in first class, but nope. I was in main cabin. And I was like, oh my gosh, I kept looking at my phone for my upgrade. And it said, nope, you're in main cabin. But y'all, I fit in the main cabin seat. And I had so much room in the seatbelt. And it wasn't like, suck it in and locking the seatbelt in, y'all. It was, there was excess room, and now it wasn't comfortable because, it was main cabin now. But y'all, I was on the window and I managed it. And so that was a non-scale victory for me. And I was able to just lay over in on that window with my little pillow and go to sleep. Because I was an exhausted person on that plane ride home. That was one of my victories. And then my second victory, I know y'all see me I keep pulling this little dress up because y'all, it's kind of big, it's got a lot, like I got a whole lot of stuff back here because this dress is a little big. And so I'm just trying to this little summer dress. Awesome. And y'all, I'm like, ooh, look at me. So those are my non-scale victories. Barb, you were going to share something too.
I wanted to share with y'all, but Shawnee has asthma and I have asthma as well, but my asthma is in remission. And so same with asthma. And then also Shawnee talked about cholesterol and high blood pressure and things like that. What I have learned, because people bring that up a lot. Well, you can go off your blood pressure medicines and it's fine, or you can go off your cholesterol. Actually, 90% of people who go off of their cholesterol and high blood pressure medicine within 6 months have high blood pressure and high cholesterol again. And lots of people are non-compliant with their medication, so it doesn't do as well. I also wanted to say, Shawnee, I got really cranky the other day about people not having access. So I grabbed my mortar and pestle and one of my pens and I crushed it. I was so angry. I just had to take it and go. I was so mad at Eli Lilly. I'm like, could you please, these people, everybody needs it. And it's really sad to say, but I'm very lucky to have Medicaid and Medicare pay for mine.
Right.
And I'll be honest, with people who were pre-diabetic And I don't say this a lot, and people are going to rag on me about it, and that's just the way it is. If I had been pre-diabetic and they turned me down, I would have said, for whatever, insurance or whatever, I would have said, give me 3 months and I'll be diabetic. And I would have gone and been diabetic to be paid for life, because, and that is so sad in our culture, in our country, to have to say, I want to be so sick that I can get medication, and that's just awful. But the asthma one as well. I used to be on.
I tried to get diagnosis for sleep apnea. I tried the same thing to get my medication paid for, Barb.
Exactly.
Yes.
But like,
I only had mild sleep apnea, so ineligible still. Yeah, I want to say because Nisha Antoinette has. I hope you can see that comment from Nisha Antoinette. Ask your primary care physician, or go find another primary care physician, because my primary care physician did give me a box of Zepbound, which was 4 doses, 4 weeks of Zepbound, absolutely free. So, check that out, Mary. We can't hear you, Mary.
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
My doc.
Wait just a second, Shani. Let's see if Mary can get her sound on. Mary, we can't hear you.
Yes, I'm sorry, I had muted myself, but my primary care doctor, he did give me 4 free samples when I first went to him, because, we were very concerned about my blood pressure and just trying something. And he wrote me a script, but the script is no use when you can't afford it. When I took it to the pharmacy, and it is just, it was astronomical. So yeah. And I did, get a little bit of a discount at the weight loss clinic that I go to, but still looking at what I have to pay, every month. And Sonny, me and my husband, we have sit down, we have ran the numbers and things that we need to do and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes it so that it's just so sad. Like I said, my doctor, I can give samples. They have them now at the office, but because I don't know how they're gonna, when they're gonna run out of those, I'm just getting he just gave me 2 boxes, so I have that, but it's up to 2.5, so that I'm just kind of stocking them up in case I need them. But I'm gonna keep my thing going with Lily, so I can keep the discount, because for the 5 it's like $3.99. It's $3.99. So like, even my GI doctor said, if you ever just couldn't afford it, like, I would even go down to the 2.5 just to have something, to take the 2.5 and that costs even cheaper. I don't know about the compounds and how the price for them, but as far as because I do brand, so I don't know if the price changes in the compound, but if I know for Lily, for Zepbound, the 2.5 is like $250, so that would even be cheaper for me. So if I did, I would go down to that, and and take that, even if I had to stretch it out. He told me to just don't stop taking it, even if you had to. He doesn't recommend stretching it out. Right. Like, he's like, even if you get to maintenance, he doesn't recommend stretching the medication. Just go to the lowest dose and take that weekly. At least that's what my doctors are saying. Although I'm thinking about stretching it, but they've recommended no stretching the doses out for me. To just go to the lowest dose when I get to maintenance. But yeah, that would be my first step. If it come, I hope it doesn't come to that point, but I would just go down to that 2.5 and take that instead of just stopping.
Yeah, it certainly, Big Pharma is managing our health. Big Pharma. has a voice, a huge voice in our access, and it's sad in
It is.
in this country, in one of the most advanced countries in the world, that we all have different levels of health care. And sadly, your salary, your family's income determines the quality of your health. That is sad. And
then the insurance
that's
company,
sad.
you know, it's not even just the insurance, but it's your job. People
Yeah.
don't
It's
realize
your
that.
network. Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
people will say, you know, well, I have that, and I'm paying $30, or I have.
Yeah.
It's your jobs. You know, putting together a formulary of what they're gonna pay for. So it's not necessarily the insurance.
Yeah, it's all connected.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
So there's people that are on the same insurance that I am on, but their medication is being covered.
Yeah.
But my job doesn't offer it in our formulary.
Yeah. Yours Zepbound is on the exception.
And I'm like,
Everything
it's because
but.
they think
Yeah.
all you nurses, we're not giving it to y'all. Y'all need to
Yeah.
y'all need to figure it out, or y'all can afford it, so y'all gonna pay for it. We're not putting it in your formulary. You understand? It's crazy.
But Mary, I would say, as a boy mom myself, I fully understand. There are difficult decisions to be made, and I did also hear you say that you want to make sure that your baby can go to his summer program, and that's what mamas do. That's what we do every time.
Amen.
Every time. Y'all, so y'all check out Mary's life journey. She is so close to monetization, and that can be an extra source of income, monthly income every 30 days. Y'all check out her channel.
Yes, it
Y'all, this has been a real conversation from real GLP-1 women. And what a kind of Mother's Day edition of the weekly panel.
Yes.
And y'all, we did some real talk tonight. We did some real talk,
Yes.
and you all have been super inspiring. You've given so many tidbits to me, and you guys have uplifted me. I know now that it is all part of the journey, and this is not a sprint. It's a lifelong journey that we're on, and there are going to be ebbs and there are going to be flows with that. And so, y'all, if anyone wants to have any last words, tell us what's happening for you on your channel this week. If you've got a live stream coming up later this evening, tomorrow, give us about a 1 minute, and we're going to be out of here, because I feel my meds running off and my sinuses filling up. Go ahead, starting with Barb, and we'll go right across. Barb, then Mary, then Shawnee.
Yeah, I think that's great. I have the Metabolic Midwife, and I have a live every Sunday at 4 p.m. And otherwise, I'm on Substack, and I write much better than I talk. And I write a lot of things. I just wrote a thing about chronic kidney disease and how my chronic kidney disease is being healed by GLP-1s. And the research does not show that it heals it, but I've got 5 or 10 years of labs and show the graphs and everything, and show how much better my kidney disease is now. And my kidney doctor is just amazed. And so I just write about all different aspects of the medication that people don't usually talk about. So, and that's under Metabolic Midwife as well on Substack.
And we can also find Just Darium on the Substacks as well. And thank you. I'll be looking for you on Sundays then, Barb. Go ahead, Mary.
Yes, good. Mary's Life Journey. I have my GLP Wednesdays, in which every Wednesday I post a video, a recipe, or either I am showing my me moving my body. I have upped the live, so you guys probably can see me live probably about 2 to 3 times a week. So just watch out, have those notifications set, and just look out for me, because here I come. So just on the road to that monetization, just it would really be nice to get my channel monetized, and it would greatly help. That extra stream of income would greatly help. It really, really would. But yeah. So yeah, y'all just find me in the YouTube street.
Thanks, Mary. Shani.
So Doses of Shani. Please go and subscribe. I am not close to monetization. But I am striving for that, and that would help me because that would pay for my medication. So I would love that. That could happen because I didn't care about monetization at first. I didn't even know what the word meant, but now I do. So I want to be monetized. On my channel, it's a lifestyle channel, of course, lifestyle and wellness. I talk about all things, even including my son and his activities, because I'm just a busy lady. And so on my channel, you'll see, stuff about him, me, mostly working out. I don't have a set time for lives because I'm a busy lady. But hopefully I do try to go live at least once a week. And I try to do it towards the end of the week, but I'm kind of sporadic. But if you can just turn on your notification bell and you'll know when I'm going live. But just come to my channel, check me out. It's a lot of good information over there and some funny stuff as well.
And Gemini Diva.
Right now, I'm just chilling. So I never know. You never know exactly what's going to pop up on my channel. I just made a chocolate cake. So I'm probably going to modify it to be sugar-free. So
Sugar-free. She's a type 2 diabetic.
Well, I made it regular, but now I'm going to modify it for sugar-free. So maybe that'll be my next one. I'm still reading. So as soon as I'm finished with this whole series, it's like 25 books.
Oh, wow.
So as soon as I'm finished
what are you reading?
It's the Henderson series by Monica Winters.
Okay.
And it's 25 books. There's 25 families. Well, 25 people in this one family, and it's crazy. So as soon as I finish reading that, I'm like on book 21. So as soon as I'm finished with that, I'll make a live because that series is really good.
And you all, thank you for joining me. I have a lifestyle channel as well, and also sharing my GLP-1 weight loss journey on Zepbound. Y'all, I have a video that is going public in about 30 minutes or so, and it is celebrating women creators, and some of you are in that channel parade, and so check that out, and just get a dose of the kind of things that I do on my channel. That's part of the Shop Talk, but on Mondays it's all about the GLP-1 journey, and this has been a great stream. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining me, and we're going to be out of here. Goodbye for now.
Thank you all.